How about them goddamn birds, baby? Hey! Well, actually, how about that goddamn defense, dude? Hold on, cheers, hold on. What a damn win, man. Well, I will say this. Defensively, these are my takeaways. Defensively, unbelievable. You get Nakobe Dean back. Nolan Smith back coming off the edge. You get, of course, Brandon Graham came here. The addition of Jalen Phillips has been unbelievable. This is his second game as a Philadelphia Eagle since we got him from the trade deadline for the Miami Dolphins. And he's been balling. Both games are balling. This game especially. This defense, Jalen Carter with two pass deflections, 2 swats. Jordan Davis with 3 swats, 3 pass deflections, whatever, on Jared Goff. This defense, especially, I will say this about Nakobe Dean real quick. I think we all undervalue how good he is, and I truly hope he does not leave next year. He has truly found his potential, as we always said, oh man, he could be this, he could be that, how he was at Georgia, and he didn't get to see it. Like there was injury, he kept having injury history, or he was just undersized, and we were complaining. 2 years now into this Vic Fangio scheme. Year 1, he was unbelievable. This year, too. He is the captain of this defense. And what I mean by that is I already knew he wore the green dot and all that, and he called the play. He was the quarterback of the defense, whatever. But he didn't start the season out with us. He was injured still, coming off that Achilles or whatever it was, off the Green Bay Packers, wild card game. Or the NFC divisional round, whatever it was. He missed it. This is like his first, third week back or something around that way. Third or fourth week back. But look, listen, this defense puts out its 2 best performances all season. And, of course, the addition of Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith coming back, all of that. And Nakobe Dean was star tonight. He was running downhill, boom, hitting Gibbs or getting pressure on Goff, and he was covering Gibbs out the flat. He was covering Jameson Williams on 1 or 2 plays. I think he was all over the field. Awesome game by him. And you see the impact he has since he's been coming back from the injury. The defense just flipped a switch from what it was week 1, week 2, week 3. And also, Nolan Smith coming back. And like I said, adding Jalen Phillips, Brandon Graham coming back, whatever. But this defense, I really think about this, right? Jared Goff, they said tonight, had one of the lowest completion percentages from a quarterback who threw 35 pass attempts. The lowest completion percentage or whatever the hell it was, or since 2005 from a quarterback. That's how long it's been since the quarterback had that bad of a performance, completion percentage, or rating, and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, that's insane. And Jared Goff's a very good quarterback. I would say this. Is he a top quarterback? You can argue top 10, maybe, yeah. Is he the quarterback of a team that is a top 5 offense? Absolutely. He's a quarterback of a top 3 offense, actually ranked number 2 in the NFL right now. And what did this defense do? Held this offense that puts up 30 plus points a game, the Lions, that I was worried about. I was so worried coming off that win we just had against the Packers. I said, if our offense plays like that, we're going to lose because their offense is going to put up points. And I don't know if we can go point for point with them. But I'll get to our offense in a second. This defense held them to a touchdown and a field goal, really. That's it. And that was a last-minute field goal, which they should have never got that field goal. But Sirianni decided to go for the tush push for the second time, got stuffed, gave them all this time left, blah, 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 blah. They were 0 for 5 on 4th down. Stopped them on that. 3rd down, hella time stopped them. Which, of course, did because that's why they got the 4th and went for it so many times. Unbelievable performance. And then last week, the Green Packers game. Another top 5, top 10 offense with a top quarterback, you can say. Top 5, top 6. Not top 5, but top 6, top 8, top 10. Shut their asses completely down as well. 2 performances back-to-back from offenses that put up to 20 to 30 points a game, depending on the game. And I thought at first, I was giving defense praise last week, but I said, maybe the Packers lost a step. They're missing this guy. Tucker Kraft's out. Jordan Love's overrated maybe. No. Look at the Giants. Boom, they're putting up 25 points. They're back like nothing. This defense is, as crazy as it sounds, this defense might be better. The way it's playing right now, we'll see what happens, injuries and all barring, might actually be better than last year's defense. If that's the case, that is insane. Because last year's defense was the number one overall total defense in the NFL. First time we have had that on the Eagles since 2004 or 2005. I think it was 2004. The year we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots. McNabb and T.O. and M. Dawkins, whatever. Yeah. And we only allowed like 18 points a game or something. This defense is playing better than that defense. As insane as that sounds. So you have a Super Bowl caliber defense. And I get it, like the Rams game, they gave up like 26 points, but after halftime, they didn't give up a single another point. So, I'm not trying to go back that far in the season. I'm talking about these past few games, especially these past two, with the whole lineup healthy, basically, and adding Jalen Phillips and whoever else. This defense is unbelievable. Now, they're going to have games where they let down. It's the NFL. You're not going to be doing this every week. But this is where it comes to me. You have a Super Bowl caliber level defense. Once again, you had a Super Bowl defense, last year. Just a proof, look at the Super Bowl. The Chiefs dismantled them with the greatest QB and all this shit. So, yeah, that defense was great. This defense might be even better. It's the same people, but they added a couple pieces. They lost some, but they added more. This is the issue. You have a Super Bowl caliber defense, can probably go all the way and win it, or get there at least. Do you have a Super Bowl caliber offense? After back-to-back weeks with performances like this, I don't know. Now, I seen this team a couple times here. They were up and down, and I was so upset. I thought at least the Broncos game, where, they lost, but in the beginning they came out passing because everyone wouldn't shut up about stopping, running it. And Hurts threw it like 30 times. He had like almost 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. We played great, but we choked it at the end. Too many 3-and-outs. That game, the Giants game, that was a fluke. That was just, we shot, but we're done. The Minnesota game, like I told last week, where Hurts threw for 325 and was 21-23 or something, blah, 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 whatever, crazy stats, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. AJ had 100 and something. Devontae had almost 200. I thought that was a turning point. I said, this team is finally realizing that teams are keying off on the run, and they have to adjust. They have to adjust. They have to start throwing the ball. They can still run. I'm not saying don't run it at all. Hell no, do not do that. Don't be like the 2023 Eagles. You still have one of the best backs, if not a top 2, if not the best back in the league, But what I'm saying is, I thought they turned the corner. And then the Giants game happened, the rematch. AJ didn't play. And the offense still just looked really good in terms of they were going under center and running the ball. Oh my God. And then they would come off that play action, hitting Smitty, hitting that. I said, when they get AJ Brown, I think unbelievable. I was so excited with that Packers game. And then for it to be a struggle against the Green Bay Packers. And the Green Bay Packers have a good defense. They have a good defense. They do. But then I see the New York Giants today. They go up against the Green Bay Packers, right? With a third-string quarterback. Third string. Really, he's second string. He could actually even be a starter in the NFL. If you have a bad team and needs someone. Jameis Winston, no weapons, no receivers really. They put up 20 goddamn points on the Packers defense. And and that's with no talent and a third-string quarterback. A third-string quarterback, like I said, depth chart-wise for their team. And we only put up 10? Like, what? But whatever. As long as we're like, this game, Detroit Lions game, that's the guard. Detroit Lions, man, they're going to be out of multiple starters on defense, supposedly, I heard. They're the biggest man-to-man team. They love to play man-to-man coverage. A.J. Brown's the biggest man-beater in the league. He's going to rip them up. He's been crying all week. Or, not crying, but complaining about the offense, which I agree with him. I absolutely do. And to go out there and continue to have the same game plan, they're literally just run the ball up the middle. Run up the gut for 2 yards. Run up the gut for 3 yards. Run up the gut for 1 punt. We're going to run a screen. And it's like this. They're so predictable. It's so crazy. Like, you'll see Jalen Hurts drop back. And he'll throw a swing pass to the outside or a screen at Barkley. And the linebacker's on it like white on rice. Like that, he's on it. It's like he knew the shit was coming. I'm watching. The Lions didn't have much success against us tonight. They really didn't at all. But they did have certain plays where, like Jahmyr Gibbs, they just flipped the screen out to him. And he ripped off like 70-yard run. We do the same shit, but not really the same because our blocking isn't up to par. The scheme isn't. And it's nothing. It stopped right away. I don't know. They have to fix something. They have to fix it quickly. And the reason I say that is because this is ridiculous. And then I get a lot of people saying, and I agree with this, they're holding back for the playoffs and this and that. Well, I'll be honest with you. At this point in the damn season, and you're 8-2, if you rip off a couple more wins, you might as well just hide the whole thing till the playoffs end. Seriously, you might as well then. You might as well. Because there's no point of revealing it. If you're this damn deep into the season now and you haven't revealed shit, a couple sprinkles here and there, I think Kevin Patullo is a horrible, horrible play caller. And I think once again, they messed this up, man. You have a Super Bowl team, and this is a legit Super Bowl team. I mean, they just won it last year. They could go back-to-back. But the first thing Philly sports team hasn't done ever, or if in forever, go back-to-back. Or at least get there. And that's the goal with this team. I mean, but you hire a guy, man, who has never called plays at any level. He's a rookie, inexperienced play caller, offensive coordinator. You hand him the keys to a Super Bowl offense. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. I mean, there's no creativity at all. This sounds like I'm talking about Brian Johnson all over again. All over again, man. All over again. No creativity. There's no motion. There's no gadget plays. There's the RPO is completely gone out of the playbook. They don't even run that anymore. They went under center for 1 or 2 weeks, and we're like, oh my God, they're throwing the ball from under center. Oh my God, and they're running. Oh my God, look how effective it is. That's how ridiculous this is. Like, and nobody's open, like, ever. There's one guy maybe open, and Hurts will get it to them, but I watch the NFL, man. I watch it all over the league, and it doesn't look like this. This is ridiculous. And it's not like you don't have talent. You have a top quarterback in the NFL who's a dual threat at that. He's a top quarterback in Jalen Hurts. At least top 5, top 6, top 7, around that range. I'm not saying it's not like you don't have one. You have one. You have A.J. Brown, who's a top receiver. Devontae Smith, who's arguably could be a number one for any team in the NFL. Not any team, but teams who don't really have a number one, like Chiefs, Ravens, whoever. You know what I mean? You got Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, the top O-line. Now, the O-line hasn't been playing the ground. I'll be honest with you. They got banged up, and they're playing pretty bad. But this is just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but if they are holding back for the playoffs, they're playing possum, and then they're going to pull it out. I hope, just to give the fans like me and other fans hope, that you pull it out for at least 3 or 4 of these last few games left. So I go, okay, there is a glimpse of hope. There is a glimpse of this offense in there. And you gear it up. Kind of like last year. But this is the difference between this year and last year. The difference between this year and last year. Last year, we complained about the pass game not working, right? Well, we still had the run game. What I mean is, we complained we didn't pass the ball enough, or we weren't throwing the ball enough, and we weren't in sync in the pass game. Well, it didn't matter because we're still rushing for 250 yards a game, 300 yards a game, 150 yards a game, more than that, blah, blah, blah. From the quarterback to running back to backup running back, multiple touchdowns on the rush, tush, push, boom, win. So it didn't matter about the pass. This year, you are being stopped running the ball. You cannot run this shit. You probably had one good performance here against the Giants. That was it. The rematch game. 3 weeks ago. You're getting stopped in the run. You can't run at all, no matter who's in. And you're not even attempting to throw it. When you are, you can't do it. So I don't know what can you do. But I see the Minnesota game, bro, and I go, yo, they actually committed to just passing it because they're stopping the run. And look, like I said before, you have to. Before it was set up the run. How was it? It was set up the run to open up the passing game. Now you have to start out passing it to open up the run game. It's the total opposite this year. And I feel like this guy is just sticking to whatever. I don't know. I'm just sick of it. But let's go, Bird. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I am so thrilled about this win. This defense is unbelievable. Hell of a goddamn performance, man. I mean, I'm still over the mountain about the defense. The offense has to be fixed. It has to. It has to. You guys, comment below on your thoughts. How do you guys feel? 8-2. I hate to keep playing at 8-2 to be talking like this, but it's just crazy. It's like, are they playing possum and just jerking with us until they get in the playoffs and just expose the whole playbook? Because they're that damn good, that damn talented? I don't know. We'll see. Let's go Birds, Fast Fly. I'm out. Peace.